Welcome back, adventurers. Welcome back. Thanks for joining in. This is going to be 5 minutes or 5-ish minutes of your time. You know how it goes around here. I can't keep track of time when I start to talking. Well, there's a little timer here at the top of the screen, right there. So maybe I can keep track of it since I had this little red clock that keeps distracting my train of thought. I don't like this clock. It needs to go by. But it's still here, so it's still distracting me. But 5 minutes of your time. Get to it. What I have for you today is a response to the challenge that was issued by one Rolling with T-Bone up in North Georgia. Now, yesterday in T-Bone's video, he issued the challenge of responding to a question. The question was posted in his comments by one Recycled Hooligan. Now, Recycled Hooligan asked the question to T-Bone. T-Bone, do you still ride your motorcycle for fun, for enjoyment, because it's what you want to do? Or has it become something you do just to create content? Like there's no other reason to be out riding, it's like work. You're going to work. Well, T-Bone responded, and he said he still very much likes to ride. He still rides because he wants to ride. T-Bone has a truck. T-Bone has other ways of transportation. So he's not relying on just a motorcycle to get back and forth. Now, Recycled Hooligan, on the other hand, is. Recycled Hooligan doesn't have a choice. Well, he has a choice, right? But he doesn't have a choice. And because that's his only vehicle. So he has to go to and from work or to and from the doctor or wherever it is he needs to go with his motorcycle. Now, I commend him for that, because that is seeing what you're responsible to do and making sure you do it no matter what comes into your way, what obstacles block your path. But my response to that is, T-Bone, and Hooligan for that matter, is yes, I very much ride because I enjoy it. I love riding motorcycles. I will ride the motorcycle over riding the car any day. All right, so backstory. I'll give you a little information here. Keith, me, right? I don't have a car. I don't have a car at all. Now, my wife, Brainy Chameleon, she has the Armada. That's what she goes back and forth to work in, and that's what we go get groceries in, and so on and so forth. But as a couple, we do have a caged vehicle, right? And that's her main mode of transportation. So that leaves me right here, right? So what does Keith have? Well, Keith has one Harley Davidson right here. And that's what I got. I also have a Honda, but one of the Hondas belongs to Brainy, and I get to play with that when I want to. And the other Honda is down at Joe the Mountain Jedi. It's going to be singing its funeral songs, unfortunately. That's Project Opossum Innuado. The possum didn't come back. It wasn't playing possum, y'all. But I don't have a car. If I want to go to work, I have to take a bike. Now that is 100%, 100% by choice. Brainy offered me this. We have 3 options. 1, we can get you a nice caged vehicle. Something safe, secure, reliable. Can't really knock that, right? Sounds good. Or we can buy you a cheap motorcycle and a cheap car. A cheap motorcycle and a cheap car is just one way to end up with some expensive problems. You know what I'm saying? So, what I decided to do was go full bore. Instead of trying to divide up anything, I just went and got me a Harley. The Harley I wanted, which back in 2018, the Harley we ended up getting was a 1996 Sportster S, 1200S. I don't know how you want to say it. Pretty nice bike. Not quite loved like it should have been. And when it came into my hands, it was not prepared for the high amount of traffic it was now getting. It was a garage ornament. It was something that someone said, hey, I have a Harley in my garage next to my da da da. Okay, right? See what I'm saying there? So when I get the bike and I start riding that sucker back and forth, it runs into its problem, which the problem was the front brake caliper seized on usage, right? When I pressed it, it seized it, and then that sent me and Brainy to the highway. Now, after that, I had a Dodge Dakota, I think it was. I had a cage, and I caged, and it wasn't working. It was a cheap truck, and I was running into some expensive problems, right? So what I did is me and Brainy sat down and talked, and she gave me the options. Expensive car, cheap bike, cheap car, expensive bike. So I went with the expensive bike back in 2019. Well, honestly, it wasn't that expensive. It was a 2019, what was it? Sportster 1200. But it was one of those other models. I can't remember exactly what it was. A 48. That's what it was, a Sportster 48. And I rode that bike every day. Rain, shine, cold, hot, didn't matter. I rode that bike every day for a year. And then Brainy decided, you know what? He has shown his dedication to this motorcycle life. It is now time to let him step up into something that's going to be a little more fitting, if you will. So enter Fat Bob here. Now, Fat Bob, yes, I know. You don't belong to me anymore. I understand that. Okay? But if you give me a moment, I'll explain that to them. Okay, so in 2020, the year of the plague, I decided to grab life by the cojones and let's see what would happen. So we took the Sportster 48 back down to Tifton Harley and traded in on the Fat Bob. Now, I loved the Fat Bob. Still love you. I didn't stop loving you. I still love you. Okay? But now you belong to my son. Okay? So you treat him better than you treated me. Which honestly, Fat Bob didn't treat me bad. In fact, I was probably rougher on Fat Bob than Fat Bob was on me. When we got it, it had 2,000 miles. Now it's 50,000 miles. That's called putting miles on a bike, baby. That's daily living, daily riding, and enjoying every minute of it. Now, came time to trade this in because there's some modifications I wanted done, but the price tag on the modifications was a little high. You know what I'm saying? And the interest rate was higher than Snoop Dogg. So I needed a lower interest rate and hopefully a equal or lower payment with my modifications. Enter the Lowrider ST 2023 model. The year it came out in white because, guys, I was not getting gray and I was not getting, what was that, the black or blue, or either way, I didn't like the colors that they had in a 22. Didn't like those colors. But in 23, they released it in white. Now, that bike, all said and done, $30,000, roughly $20,000. I don't know what the price is now, but let's round it to in the middle at $25,000, which isn't cheap. Not when you can go to a Honda dealership or a Yamaha dealership or a Suzuki dealership or basically any other metric dealership and get a bike equal to the Lowrider ST on the import standpoint for $10,000 to $15,000. So the math isn't really there, but you get the dedication, right? I'm sticking with the brand, sticking with what I know, and we're moving, right? Things are going forward. So we get the Lowrider ST, but I had the option again. Do I want to keep this bike and get a cheaper car? Or what? I had cage as an option again. Declined. Being in a cage doesn't bring me happiness. On a bad day at work, on a bad day at home. Hell, even my psychiatrist has told me, get out and ride, man. It does your head good. It calms you down, gives you time to just focus on fixing your own head. You know? When you're going down the highway at 80 miles an hour on the interstate, 65 on the back roads, problems don't really seem to catch up to you. You got too many other things to worry about. So for that time, you're in bliss. And that bliss is why I ride, guys. It's not for the macho man look. It's not to try to say I'm tougher than someone else is. I mean, okay, yeah, I ride my bike year round. Rain, shine, snow. I proved that this year, didn't I? Yeah. Even dropped a bike in the snow. Bernie, I'm so sorry. But yours is okay. And Fat Bob's okay. Hey, Fat Bob. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. But yeah, guys, I ride because I enjoy it. I ride because it brings togetherness, not only inside my own head, right? But I am now connected with more people than I could have ever hoped to be connected to just from riding a motorcycle. If I see another biker on the side of the road, I don't know him from Tom and Mary's cat across the street. Who's Tom and Mary? I don't know. I don't even have neighbors called Tom and Mary, but they have a cat. I don't know who the cat is. But if I see that biker in distress on the side of the road, may need assistance, for that moment, we're family, right? Unless there's something else to say, we're not. We're going to help you figure out this problem, guy. And that's a lot of togetherness. That's more togetherness than those cagers get. How many times do you see a car stopped on the side of the road and see someone completely unconnected to that person helping them out? Not that often, huh? How many times do you see a biker stopping for another biker? Let that sink in. T-Bone, I hope that answered your question. Recycled Hooligan, I hope that answered your question. And adventurers, y'all take care. I am sorry for this format we're going to have to be using for a while. Most of my videos are going to be coming off the phone until my computer decides it can have some memory again. I think it was around sick through the internet too long, and the what's it called? Residual haze from the puffiness that comes out of Sick Bastard's channel kind of leached into my channel, and now my computer's got no memory. But Sick is helping me try to figure that out. He's told me to delete a few things and how to clear a few things. So we're going to try that out and see if I can get my computer back to functioning. If not, this will be the format we use until I get it replaced. All right, y'all. Y'all take care, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Oh, wait. That's right. I won't have the outro here, so I need to do it here with you now. Right now. All right, so the outro is this. Y'all know what it is. It's Forgotten Angels. They're my friends and family down in Tampa. We literally just came back from the camp out, the March 2025 camp out, if you're catching this after today, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend just after. It's Wednesday. And it was an amazing camp out. What David and Cindy do to help these young men and women who have aged up out of the foster care system is mind-boggling, mind-blowing. You can't really wrap your mind around it until you see it, until you know that they are doing the best they can to help everyone they can in the best way possible. Just at the camp out, I watched David teach 2 people how to ride a motorcycle. One was his sister. Okay, I'd teach my sister how to ride. The other was the child of a camper. Just a camper at the campsite. Taught that young lady how to ride. Which, she also did an amazing job at karaoke. So, if you want to come see us, come see what they're about. October is going to be the next camp out, guys. But reach out to them. That's ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org. Hope I got that right. If not, look it up. They're not hard to find, y'all. And also, Pawson Southern Rescue. If you're in the market for a fur baby of the canine variety, you know I like dogs. We were a house of 7. Now we're a house of 9. 9 dogs, guys. And I love each one of them. Especially the 2 new ones, Anubis and Sabero. All right, y'all. Y'all take care.